All right, guys, just an update. Frosty's in with Mom for his night feeding. Tried to get the camera on faster, but it didn't work. So he's here, just chilling with Mom. Got him a good, well, he got a very good feeding, but like I said, you know, she's been weaning him off for at least a couple weeks, and I think mostly because of his size. She knows, he knows. You start peeing on your face and I'm gonna have to lock you up. Which is why we're separating him, you know. He starts peeing on his face, wanting to breed everything, including his own mom. We obviously cannot have that. So we're just doing supervised visits. He'll get fed in the morning after I milk her, which will be less than he just got just now. You know, Mom really ramps up milk, especially when she's, I don't want to say stressed, because she's been a little less concerned than well, at first she was more concerned than he was. He was just hanging out with the boys, chilling. Mom was, you know, hanging out by the fence, crying for him. But now she seems less concerned than he does. So it's kind of a little bit of shift there. It's because she was already weaning him, and due to that, I guess to come back around to what I was trying to say is she will be producing a lot more milk from morning to night because of her, you know, I don't want to say she's stressed because she showed no signs of stress. We've done this with, I don't know, 50 times with weaning and selling babies and things like that. But she'll, you know, when he's still here on property, I think she's going to produce a lot more milk. He's going to get a nice full stomach at this time of night because of her body's telling her to feed him. He's yelling at her. She's yelling for him. They're separated by that fence. They can see each other. So I think, you know, that really kicks her into high gear as far as milk production goes. Yep, a little bit of dust in the barn. It's only showing up because of the light. But for now, she has fed him. She fed him very well. She is ready now to get her food, as you can tell. Jumping up on the fence. Hi, baby. I'll feed you in 1 second. We're going to go ahead and feed her in here with him. I'll keep a close eye on him. If he gets humpy, I'll move him into the next stall over. He'll be guarded by China Cat and Boots, perhaps. You can hear the clamor in the background. That's all the other goats wanting fed because they're little goofs. But so far it's going very well. Now, normally what would happen, and I've had a lot of people ask, you know, can you do this? Can you do that? Normally what we would do is we would sell him a week from now. And it would be just a day. Somebody would come on that day. 8 to 10 to 12 weeks is when we generally sell kids. Boys we try to sell later because when you band them, you want their urethra to be as fully formed as possible. And sometimes banding can mess up and or maybe even pinch a little of the urethra, cause some damage to it. Not normally, if you band them too early is what I guess what I'm trying to say. If you band them too early, there's a potential risk that you'll shrink the size of the urethra and he'll get stones, gallstones, kidney stones, bladder stones, whatever you want to call them, lodged in there because it's not big enough to let the stone out. So we like to band the boys around 10 weeks and then they can go on their way. 12 weeks would be even better. 10 weeks, I'm okay with 10 weeks, not a problem there. 12 weeks would be even better, but we don't have a problem with 10 weeks. Girls would be ready to go at 8 weeks. The buyer would schedule a time to come pick them up. They show up on that day, pick up the baby, and they're off. So they would have none of this hanging out with Mom, getting 3 meals a day, plus hay, plus, you know, whatever feed he can steal from Mom when I feed her. There'd be none of that. It would just be a straight cutoff when the buyer picks up the babies, and then they're gone to their new home. So this is new for us. I think for us, it felt best to just, since he's here, he's on property, he's right next door, we just go ahead and continue to do supervised visits with him for the next week. We'll probably fully cut him off next week. And then 2 weeks after that, he'll be going, I think March 21st is the estimated date that he'll be going to live with Ray. So, but we'll definitely cut him off, fully weaned next week, probably Saturday or Sunday. And that'll be it for him and Mom having their daily visits. For those of you that have also been asking, I know my camera is stagnant and stationary, but I have a lot to go over because I get a lot of questions, and people have questions that they just don't know. All good questions, great questions. I love them, guys. Keep them coming. He potentially could breed a doe at 5 weeks old. He is potentially a lethal weapon. Given his size, at 7 weeks old, he's huge. You guys will see, we're going to have more babies coming, and you'll see the difference when you have 3 or 4 kids born in a litter. The size difference of those babies at 7 weeks, 8 weeks old. It also matters that he's a buck, because the bucks usually tend to be a little bigger than the does. So that's a difference too. And you can see he actually just sniffed his mom's personables. So I'm going to keep a really close eye on him. I will show you guys around the rest of the barn. But yes, he is capable of breeding any of these girls. We have made some mistakes with the fence, with him slipping through the fence. So I don't know that any of our open girls, for instance, his mom, Dummy, where's my other open lady? Sugar Pie. He could have bred any of them. Now, it's irrelevant if they're not in heat. Generally, the first day they're in heat is their prime time to get bred. But heats generally last from 1 to 3 days. If they're not in heat and he breeds them, nothing's going to happen. Well, potentially nothing will happen. Never say never. The other thing is, if she's not in heat, she's not going to stand for him. She's going to kick him off, run away, headbutt him. This one, just smash him into the ground and walk off like nothing happened. Gummy is a little smaller, so she would struggle a little bit with getting him off of her. She's still going to fight him off. So you have twofold there. One, if she's not in heat, she's not going to let him in. Two, if she's not in heat, it probably isn't going to take anyway if he does manage to breed her. So since nobody is actually in heat, I feel better that him escaping has potentially led to nothing. So that's good there. The other thing is, it's night again, as always. I know a lot of people complain about the nighttime videos. But this is 50% of my goat time is in the barn at night. Is your sister in there already? Oh, she's already in there. You two, if I had 12 of you little angels, well, not, I don't know about, okay, see, somebody's starting some crap talk, and she was about ready to, did you see her attitude change? She shifted her head to the side. She's like, what? Oh, this one probably. Probably because of this one right here. Little Miss Sparkle. You're full of attitude, my love. Full of attitude. Yup. You're a spicy little one, aren't you? Uh-huh. And she's not even real keen on being petted, so I don't know. We'll work it out. We'll be buddies someday. Sometimes a goat like this will calm completely down when she's kidding. And then it's important for us to be here in the stall with her, because when you go through that first kidding with her, you just make friends. You have a little bond, and they're just good with you after that. They just like you. They want to be your buddy. And we'll also calm her down quite a bit when You guys have seen me train up the goats for the milk stand, so I'll go through that process with her. And that helps calm them down a little bit. We knew she was a firecracker when we got her. When we traded her for custard, and that's okay. We've had firecrackers before. Nothing I can't. But yep, you're down 2 goats. She knows who she can mess with. That's for sure. She rolled up on Puddin', and Puddin' cocked her head, and then she was like, nah, I don't want to mess with that situation. So she walked off. But she's already bashed Summer. She might bash Gummy. I think she kind of likes Gummy. Who doesn't? You guys just saw her bash Mochi. But she's definitely at the higher level of the middle group of girls as far as hierarchy goes. So she would fall right under Puddin', Muffin, and Sugar Pie. And Sprinkles, of course. I don't know where she stands with Tic Tac. But we'll figure it out. But we'll get her tamed down, calmed down, get her on the milk stand. We sit over here when she's having babies. We'll become best buddies. Right? I don't even get a look. You're pretty. She's like, don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Don't look at me, bruh. Fine. But I will win. You will love me. Yes? Yes. All right, guys. I think that's it. I wanted to really clear up some stuff with Gummy. Not with Gummy. Sorry. Gummy, you're always on my mind, my love. I wanted to clear up a lot of questions with Ferdinand. And I think he's going to a great place. I think within the next week, we'll have him completely cut off from mom, and we'll start milking her two times a day at least, maybe 3. We'll see how she does. Hi. But yeah, she's really come around, really just a little sweetie. Likes the pets, still likes to just get her head and neck in there, doesn't like to get too close with the body, and that's okay. She'll continue to come around. So our open girls, and who we're probably going to breed in the spring, we'll probably breed her again. I'm not sure yet. Still up in the air on that. Just because she's been coming out of, with Ferdinand, and not something we like to do. But again, we want to get her on cycle with the spring ladies, which will be Gummy and Sugar Pie, wherever she went. Sugar Pie. Somebody had asked how many first fresheners we have this year. First freshener is a goat that has given birth for the first time, come into milk. That would be your first freshener. So Mochi is a first freshener, this first time having babies. Moon Pie, first freshener. Queen Gummy will be a first freshener in the spring. Well, next fall she'll have her babies. And Little Miss Sparkle, first freshener. So new moms, first time moms, Sparkles, Mochi, Mooney. Is that everybody? Wherever Mooney went. Oh, that's Summer. Anyway, so that's it, guys. Don't mean to ramble on. I did have a question about these long form, not long form, but me just doing videos like this, where I'm walking around, talking to you guys, showing you the goats, talking about the goats, what's going on. I do this type of video 5 days a week. I'm just here, I'm live shooting with the camera, no editing, no cuts. Me talking about goats, what's going on with the goats, what we're doing. That's to keep everybody in the loop, because a lot of people want to be in the loop. If you just want to watch my long form videos where I'm like completing a project or doing a more in-depth dive into a certain topic, something like that, that would be your Tuesday night video and your Friday night video. So those will be my long form videos that I shoot with the GoPro. I focus on a task. I try to focus on a task. Or I'm doing a more in-depth dive with a specific goat or a specific topic. So if you just want to watch those, I'm cool with that. That's great. I'm going to mention things in those videos that I've probably talked about in other videos throughout the week. So you might get a little bit lost on maybe what I'm talking about. But if that's what you're interested in, that will be a Tuesday video and a Friday video. The other 5 days of the week is me doing this with the camera. I would turn the camera around and show you my face, but it's cold and I don't want to sniffle on camera because I've been called out for having the sniffles when it's 30 degrees outside. And I probably have snot running down my face. If I do, mwah. If not, mwah. But that is all. These are the ladies. That's what's happening today. And we will see you guys in the next video. And Miss Cookie will take us out. Yes, you sweet little angel face. Mwah.